sit around and watch the tube, but nothing's on. I change the channels for an hour or two. Twiddle my thumbs just for a bit. I'm sick of all the same old shit. In a house with unlocked doors, and I'm fucking lazy. Bite my lip and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm done and bored, I'm gonna wear blood till I smell like shit. Peel me off this Velcro seat and get me moving. I sure as hell can't do it by myself. I'm feeling like a dog in heat, barred indoors from the summer street. I locked the door to my own cell and I lost a key. Bite my lip and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm done and bored, I'm gonna wear blood till I smell like shit. I got no motivation. Where is my motivation? No time for the motivation. Smoking my inspiration. I sit around and watch the phone, but no one's calling. Call me pathetic, call me what you will. My mother says to get a job, but she don't like the one she's got. When masturbation's lost its fun, you're fucking Bite my lip and close my eyes. Take me away to paradise. I'm done and bored, I'm gonna wear blood and loneliness has to suffice. Bite my lip and close my eyes. Oh, slipping away to paradise. Some say quit or I'll go blind, but it's just not me.
What's up? The fuck is on my face? I've got no idea what was just on my face. And some strange substance. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We got Ryan K's song on the intro playlist on shuffle for the first time. That's big shit right there. What up? It's Genesis time, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing fucking Lamb Lies Down on Broadway today. Getting some Genesis done. Finally doing Chivo's album. We landed on this album on his wheel like months ago. And I didn't end up doing it on stream because it's too long for a request stream. Because adding that on top of all the paid requests and song requests and stuff would be too much. It would take up like 2 hours of stream time. So I said I was going to do it on its own stream. Forgot about that. And now we're finally doing it now. It's good shit. It's going to be my first Genesis album, by the way. Never heard a full Genesis album before. Can I move the layout down a little? Oh, what, this? Well, like that. How's it going, Zero? By the way, chat, I just want to say, like, this is, you know, kind of random, but out of nowhere, on Sunday night, I got a comment on my, Brad Taste video while I was just, like, chilling in ARTV's chat. Look at this fucking comment I got from ART. What the fuck is wrong with this scene? There we go. Jesus. Fucking ARTV commented on my video, which is like insane to have someone this established in the music space comment on my video. But then on stream, he fucking pulls up my channel and is sat there like glazing me on stream. He sat there like fucking talking about my channel, telling people to subscribe to me. And fucking, like, he subscribed to me on stream. That was insane. I watched ARTV talking about me and my content. He was talking about, like, he watched one of my shorts and watched the video and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. ARTV just, like, actually one of, like, the coolest people in the music space. I've been watching him for fucking ages now. I did. I threw him a Dill song, and he loved it. He really liked it. So, that's big shit. All right. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Give me a sec. I gotta get this shit up on Album of the Year. You tried to get him to notice you? The best way to get someone in a stream to notice you is to not try and get them to notice you. Just chat casually, because if the streamer notices that you're spamming a bunch, they're not gonna respond. How long is the stream gonna be? Yeah, probably about 2.5 hours. Like, whenever someone spams, and if I do notice it, I just don't respond. And also, don't expect a streamer to respond to every single chat. Sometimes I'll see a chat and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say in response. Just chat normally, and then eventually it will happen. That's how it goes. Anyway, right. This album... Wait, hold on. I'm not even started recording yet. Okay, there we go. We're recording now. Alright, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway came out in 1974. It's 23 tracks, an hour and a half long. It's a pretty long fucking album, and my first Genesis album. 85 critic, 84 user. People really like this album. Not the most reviewed Genesis album, though. Only 850 ratings on Album of the Year, which seems pretty low for a Genesis album. Like, Selling England by the Pound, over 1,000. Foxtrot, over 1,000. This has less ratings than I'd expect from a band as widely beloved as Genesis. But still, I'm excited for this regardless. I'm going into this album having heard one song. I've heard one song off of this. I've heard The Carpet Crawlers, and I've got to be honest, I don't really remember that song. I don't even remember when I was sent it in on stream. So I'm going into this fairly blind, almost entirely blind. Yeah, I've loved everything I've heard from Genesis up to this point. I'm going in expecting I'm probably going to love this shit. Let's get this started. Track 1, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. If I have time at the end, I will. Okay, halfway point in the song. I have to say I'm not fully invested so far. This track up to this point has been instrumentally satisfying enough, but I have to say lyrically, considering this is a concept, I'm not really being pulled in by this opener so far. It's setting its own scene in a way that is descriptive enough for it to work and for it to be cohesive, but it's not doing anything more than that for me. I feel like up to this point, this track has just kind of been, I don't know, a little too straightforward and hasn't really done enough to really flesh out what's happening. I feel like an opener for a concept, usually they're a little more enticing than this.
Somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air. Though man-made light at night is very bright.
Switch to the 2025 remaster for this song. I don't even know if that is on Tidal. It's a single. Right, I'll get it up on YouTube. We'll see what it sounds like. Because I don't want to lose my point in the song. Where is that? So on Tidal, I'm just getting it up on YouTube so I don't lose my spot on the song.
Lies down, and the land lies down on Broadway.
Very different balancing, but at the same time the mix is quieter. I prefer this version. I prefer the 2007 version here.
Beyond dim to the code of white.
I've not edited the extra reaction though.
Why you see it's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the land lies down on Broadway. Suzanne tied her work all done, thinks money, me on, can't man spell the glove, sounds the horn, and the sword else king spits out his scorn. But now, women, you control your land. Don't look at me.
Yeah, definitely go for a more cinematic here, absolutely.
Something inside me
Kinda crazy bass tone for 1974 as well.
knows what I have done, and the
Very, very grimy.
land lies down on Broadway. On Broadway. On Broadway.
The lights are always bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the Broadway.
On
Say the
Broadway.
lights are always bright on Broadway.
Okay. This track is a great song, but not the best opener for this album, I feel. I found myself being absolutely enamored by the instrumental palette here. It feels like this song does such a fantastic job at setting the instrumental tone of this album. Lots of big, beautiful, very layered instrumental moments, disgusting, grimy bass line juxtaposing the very bright and colorful tones of the rest of the track. But I think the way it's establishing the concept is losing me a little on this first track. I feel like this, as an introduction to this story, just didn't really grip me. I didn't find myself all that invested in what was going on lyrically in this track at all. And honestly, it got to the point where I kind of, at a certain point, just completely lost focus on the lyrics and just paid attention to the instrumental, because this track just really does not make for a fascinating way to begin a story. Maybe it'll pick itself up. I'm really hoping it does, considering this is like a fucking 23 track concept album. But I don't know, just from this first track, I'm not really all that invested in the story elements so far. But still, I feel like as a song, the instrumental is so fucking strong, the performances are so punchy, that undeniably I think... Ladies and gentlemen, my fucking internet went out. My PC is deciding to be a bitch and disconnect itself from the internet. I love my PC so much. No 21 Pilots review? The new single's not out. Is the new... Wait, the single's not out, is it? Yeah, the single's not out. You're lying to me. Jesus. You're lying to me. Anyway, next track, Fly on a Windshield. When's it meant to come? I think it's out on the 18th.
Something solid forming in the air.
True. That's actually a very valid point, yeah. We'll see. Maybe this next track can pull me in more.
No one seems to care. They carry on as if nothing was there. The wind is blowing harder now, blowing dust into my eyes. The dust settles on my skin, making a crust I cannot move in. And I'm hovering like a fly, waiting for the windshield on the freeway.
Okay. Whoa. Okay, very abrupt transition. Jesus. Okay, Fly on a Windshield. A bit of a confusing song, but one that I feel like is a little bit stronger in terms of setting a distinct idea of what this story is going to be. It describes this, like, cloud coming down onto the street and, like, pushing in towards him, creating, like, this like, two-dimensional... Wait, do I have it on shuffle? Oh, shit, I do have it on shuffle. Wait, maybe the transition isn't that abrupt. Whoops. Wait, let me go back. Fucking Tidal automatically setting it to shuffle. I see, that makes more sense. Okay. My bad. Sorry, Tidal automatically sets it to shuffle for some reason. I don't know why it fucking does that. It's a pain in the ass. I keep forgetting that it does that. Fucking the amount of times that has fucking caught me off guard, it automatically fucking setting it to shuffle. I don't know why it does that when you play an album. It's so fucking weird. Who's listening to an album on shuffle? Anyway, Fly on a Windshield. Not automatically. I didn't put this shit on shuffle. I fucking clicked play. Which, well, to be fair, on Spotify that normally makes it play not on shuffle, but maybe it's different on... I don't know. Anyway. Fly on a Windshield. Yeah, this track is, again, a little confusing. A little... I'm a little unsure as to what this song means. The 2D screen moving towards him as like a circle of dirt settles around him, and then he's kind of frozen in place while a windshield comes towards him. I have no fucking idea what this song means. It says here in the About section on Genius that the lyrics were entirely conceived by Peter Gabriel, and while the story is intentionally confusing and incredibly difficult to follow, the liner notes shed some light on what's going on, although to be honest, they're also quite convoluted and at times even raise more questions than the lyrics alone. So apparently this story is intentionally meant to make no fucking sense. I'm not even gonna try dissecting the lyrics. Let's just talk about the sound of this track. It is eerie as fuck. This song feels so unnerving. It's so unsettling. There's such a sense of uncertainty and trepidation going into this track. There is something that just feels like a kind of almost like a horror film put into a prog song, if that makes sense. Something that is so tense, something that is so unnerving, and the entire track kind of progresses in a way and even builds up to such a sudden conclusion before going into the next song, to the point where it's meant to be, it feels like it's meant to be just a snapshot of like a nightmare that this character's having before waking up in the next track here. A little confusing. The story certainly has not fully grabbed me yet, but I don't know, I feel like instrumentally the album's doing enough to keep me engaged. I'm feeling an 8.5 on that one. Right, I'm actually going to go back and listen to this transition again. And play the next track. Broadway melody of 1974.
Echoes of the Broadway Everglades, with our mythical Madonnas still walking in their shades. Lenny Bruce declares a truce and blazes on the hand. Marshall McLuhan, casual view, and Ed buried in the sand.
That does make
Sirens
sense.
on the rooftops waiting, but there's no ship sailing. Groucho with his movies trailing stands alone with his punchline failing. Ku Klux Klan serve hot soul food, and the band plays in the mood. The cheerleader waves a cyanide wand. There's a smell of peach blossom and bitter almond. Carl Chessman sniffs the air and leads the parade. He knows, innocent, you can bottle all you made. There's Howard Hughes in blue suede shoes, smiling at the majorette, smoking Winston cigarettes. And as the song and dance begins, the children play at home with needles.
I'm gonna let this play out. I feel like these songs are all meant to, it feels like these songs are all meant to tie into each other more so than like be looked at as different pieces of the story, if that makes sense. I'm gonna let the next song play out. Nice. Cuckoo Cocoon. Quite the title.
Wrapped up in some powdered wool, I guess I'm losing touch. Don't tell me this is dying, 'cause I ain't changed that much. The only sound is water drops. I wonder where the hell I am. Some kind of jam. Cuckoo, cocoon, have I come to do something for you? There's nothing I can recognize. This is nowhere that I've known. With no sign of life at all, I guess that I'm alone. And I feel so secure that I know this can't be real. But I feel good. Cuckoo, cocoon, have I come to do something for you?
I'm liking the sense of whimsy and discovery in the
I
instrumental.
wonder if I'm a prisoner, locked in some Brooklyn jail.
I don't understand the use of the vocal effect though. I'm very confused.
And I'm stuck in some kind of cave. What could have saved me? Cuckoo, cocoon, have I come to do something for you?
Okay, you're talking about this album sound like The Wall. Immediately, this feels like the fucking intro to a Pink Floyd song. Okay. Cuckoo Cocoon has only served to make me even more confused. That song is about this character after being knocked out, waking up in what feels like a prison and feeling like he's woken up too soon. Maybe it's talking about like the reality of the world he's woken up in is a prison, and he feels as if he wants to wake up like at a later date, be born at a later date, in an era where he can be more free, I guess. Maybe that's what the song's trying to point at. But I have to be completely honest. This is so fucking tough to follow along with and feel certain in what my interpretation is. There's so many different ways I can look at this. So many different directions I can take my interpretation of what's happened so far. And I'm just going with, like, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going with, like, whatever I feel like I can force a connection with the most. They're not lying when they say the story is intentionally confusing as hell. I've got no fucking idea if what I'm saying is even close to right. Yeah, I don't know. The previous two songs sounded nice. I feel like they instrumentally provide a sense of whimsy, a sense of discovery that feels so... That feels so out of place when compared to the lyrics. Of course, talk about feeling like being trapped, feeling like you've been born in the wrong era, but also that whimsy kind of provides for a sense of hope underneath all of this that I think that does actually genuinely make me fascinated to see where the rest of this album is going to go and see how the two tones continue to clash throughout this. I'm feeling on Broadway Melody of 1974, I'll give it a flat 8. And then on that previous song, it's a high 7 to me, like a 7.7, 7.8. I'm confused, but I'm liking this so far. Next up, In the Cage.
I got sunshine in my stomach.
Will I be this confused with The Wall?
Like I just
If The Wall is this indirect with its storytelling, then maybe.
I got sunshine in my stomach, but
Yeah.
I can't
Nice.
keep me from creeping sleep deep in the deep.
The Wall is just weird, I'll get it.
Rock face
Phil Collins on your album, you're obviously going to have some incredible stuff going on in the drums. But as someone whose favourite drummer is Danny Carey, you can see how a lot of this would go on to inspire Danny Carey, especially with the hi-hat stuff. And the way he's countering the actual time signature in a way that's, when you pay attention, it's difficult to follow along with, but it's not too disorienting to the bigger picture of the track. I've already done most of the end. The album's very good. see a bit of the heaviness seep back in there. The mixing of tones works really well here for me. Where it's going from so hopeful and optimistic and colourful into sections that feel so, I don't know, feel so uneasy, kind of a sense of danger. The two tones play off each other really well.
Watch him turn again and leave the cage. My little runaway. Raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling on my raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling on my head.
That's hit me over the track. Turn my mic audio up a bit. Is that better? Be a bit better. Also a bit closer as well, actually. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's already been 7. Holy shit, dude. Pacing is absolutely insane. The fuck is this? Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. The song moves at an absolutely breakneck pace. It doesn't stop for a single moment. The switch-ups are absolutely beautiful. You really get to see Phil Collins on full display on this track, playing with a lot of polyrhythmic stuff, lots of fun messing around with the hi-hats, creating fascinating patterns. And you get the best blending of tones on this track as well, I feel. You really get to see how the brighter, more beautiful, colourful sections are played off of by the yeah, that makes sense. Are played off of by the darker, grittier, more heavy stuff with the bass and guitar at certain points in that track. I thought that was the strongest song up to this point, and it's not even close. That was exactly what I wanted off of this album going in. Just some big, fun, colourful prog music, absolutely insane textures, performances off the charts on this song. Or Genesis was a 3-piece, right? It was Phil Collins. Who the fuck is in this band? Yeah, Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, and who else is in the band? I don't know. Who's the other guy? Will I react to Aphex Twin next? No plans to react to Aphex Twin next, but an Aphex Twin album would be in the discussion at some point. Yeah, I feel just the performances here are absolutely incredible. For 1974, getting something that is this well produced with performances that are this explosive and that are this in your face. It's like, you know, 3 of the... Well, I don't know if Genesis is actually a 3-piece, I forget. But it's like multiple absolute S-tier instrumentalists all feeling like they are battling for dominance over the track, whilst not coming across as it being unbalanced or it being too cluttered. It feels like every single member of the band gets their moment to shine. Every single instrument gets its point where it really does like add so much to the track, and the way it's all balanced in the production is fucking insane. That song is like a 9.4 for me. It's exactly what I wanted out of this album. That's exactly what I wanted. Just a prog song that's well paced, great performances, and fucking stunning production. Phil, Steve Hackett, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, and Pete Gabriel. Okay, so 5-piece. We're working with 5 people on this album. I see. Cool. Next we have The Grand Parade of Lifeless Packaging. I just like it more because it's long. Exactly.
Screams a drooping lady, offering her dream dolls at less than extortionate prices. And as the notes and coins are
Pete
taken
Gabriel's in the flute,
out,
I see.
I'm taken in to the factory floor, where the grand parade of lifeless packaging are ready to use. The grand parade of lifeless packaging, I just need a fuse. The purple stock in every shade, crosses been doing well with trade. Stamped and dressed in hospitality, the demons out there. Personality with profit potential, marked by a sign. I can recognize some of the production line. You'll buy a toy and labor bondage, just wrinkled wrappers on human bandage. And parade of lifeless packaging are ready to use. It's a grand parade of lifeless packaging, I just need a fuse. The hall runs like clockwork, the hands mark out the time. Empty in their fullness, like a frozen pantomime. Everyone's a sales representative, wearing slogans in their shrine. Dishing out fail-safe superlative, Brother John is memorable.
build-up is fucking nuts, dude. I love how percussive this song is. Was great. Of the shortest songs, the shorter songs so far, that's absolutely my favorite of the bunch. I fucking love that. I feel like that track, I don't know, despite its very short runtime, it's able to cram so much in there. That entire build-up, these crazy layers of percussion, just how much this track completely transforms itself from the beginning to the end in just under 3 minutes. Yeah, I love the very papery textures that you get on that song as well. The song is about, like, I looked on Genius here, apparently this song is about this character suddenly being on, like, the floor of a factory, being given a tour of the area where he watches people being processed like packages. And again, this kind of feels like being in a factory, such papery textures, everything kind of feeling like it's all so mechanical, being processed all at once. I think that the sonic storytelling is arguably stronger than the lyrical storytelling here, as watching the album kind of progress aesthetically has been far more interesting than watching it progress lyrically for me. I am feeling a high 8 on that one. Yeah, of the shorter songs, that is easily the best. Shut up. The fact that you fucking know about that is hilarious. Back in NYC. Both are intriguing you? Yeah, I feel like it's mostly just the fact that I'm a little confused by the lyrics. Robin? Fair enough. Still in exile. Still in exile from what? Genesis, a great inspiration for Radiohead. In some of the electronic elements, maybe. I can't see much overlap between the bands though, outside of that. Don't ask me, I don't know. I've got no fucking idea. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. I just kind of showed up and they said you're on. I was like, okay. Focus on me, damn it. I don't use Spotify anymore. No. Well, Phil Collins doesn't know this. I don't know about the rest of the band. I think the whole band's English. getting lots of context about who the character is here, kind of getting to see specifics about his rebellious side, learning about him being assaulted when he was younger. Can't use the R word. YouTube doesn't like me using the R word, but he was assaulted when he was younger. Not the hard R, chat. I didn't think ARTV was going to be coming out hard like that, Jesus. I might need to watch that. What is that? It's ARTV. His thumbnail is Brad Taste Behind Bars. Hell of a statement. Hell of a statement. Hello? Pause. Jesus. Doesn't want to pause for some reason. That track really did provide a lot of context that I feel like it would have been nice to have had earlier. This song really gives a backstory for who this character is. I'll take a look at that in just a second, Jiva. This song gives all of the backstory needed for who this character is. We learn about his upbringing being very rebellious. It even talks about a point of him having, you know, kind of an activist, extreme activist side, talking about like throwing Molotov cocktails and like burning places to the ground for the sake of his activism. And it describes scenes of him being assaulted when he was younger as well. Like, we are getting so much deep, very disturbing, but also very necessary information about who this character is moving forward. We're about a third of the way into the album now, and I'm glad that we're finally getting some really strong, pivotal pieces of context as to who he is, so we can see how he kind of progresses throughout the rest of this story. It would have been nice to have gotten this a little bit earlier, I think. A third of the way in is maybe a little bit late to learn who we are following is. I kind of wish that was how the album started before kicking into the story. But still, the fact that we're getting this context, at least early on in the album, works well enough for me. And on top of that, that song just sounded fucking fantastic, as to be expected with this album. I feel like all of these songs, at the bare minimum, are going to sound great. I'm feeling a flat 9 on that one. The only way it would get a higher score would be if it came earlier, to be honest. Right, let me take a look at what Chivo sent here. It's the ART. Oh shit! Wait, I'm in the ARTV video. Fuck. Wrong scene. I'm in the ARTV video, ladies and gentlemen. That's kind of crazy. Oh shit! We got ARTV in chat. Oh my god! Look at that. Speak of the devil, and he will appear. What's up, man? Yeah, we're just in the middle of this Genesis album. I'm going to be watching your video later because, yeah, I'm very interested to see. I'm assuming you watched the latest video that Brad put out before the thing. Yeah, I'm going to be watching your video literally right after this stream so I can get all the context and stuff. Kind of crazy to see you in chat. Welcome, welcome. We're in the middle of this Genesis album. It's pretty fucking great so far. It's pretty great. Next track is Hairless Heart. An instrumental track by the looks of things, there's no lyrics here. Jesus. It's good shit. Very excited to see the video then. Also, thank you so much for including like a shout out to me in the video. That is insane. Seriously, that means so much to me. Thank you, thank you. And the synthetic elements of this album have aged so well. These synths are fucking beautiful. Like 50 years later, this shit sounds spotless. So it reminds you of the Great Gig in the Sky? Instrumentally, I could kind of see it. Hey, that's all good. Thank you for stopping in, man. And again, thank you so much for the thing in the video. I seriously, insane to me. Thank you so much. Oh shit. Okay, I'm a little confused as to why that's its own song. It seems like the intro to this track. Great transition between the two, absolutely, but it just... I don't know why that's its own thing. It feels like an introduction to something that could have been put as one single track. I don't know. Confusing choice to have them separated, but still the song sounded great as it is. I'd give that like a flat 8, I think. Yeah, great. Again, the synthetic elements of this album have aged fucking beautifully. I feel like I need to really highlight that. The fact this shit came out 50 years ago and it sounds this good is fucking ridiculous. You think it's an interlude? Why the fuck is my phone... I hate this phone so much. It just buzzes. No notifications, it just buzzes to get my attention. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this track. It's a nice, simple instrumental, but I don't know why it's separated as its own thing. The next track was released as a single, that's why it's on the track, perhaps. Okay, that would make sense. That does make... yeah, that does kind of make sense. Counting out time. Sorry, not counting on time. Jesus. I can't read. What's up, Bleep?
I'm counting out time. Got the whole thing down by numbers. All those numbers give me guidance. Oh Lord, I need that now. The day of judgment's come, and you can bet that I've been resting for this testing, digesting every word the experts say. Erogenous souls, I love you. Without you, what would a poor boy do?
Oh, those guitar tones are fucking heavenly, dude. Jesus.
Found a girl I wanted today.
Just the right amount of grit. Just the right amount of, like, rustiness. Mixed with the big, super thick tom sounds as well. Fucking hell. Alright, we're gonna get Genius up to this one as well.
This is a trail.
Forgot to get Genius up and see what the song's all about.
Hoping it goes like I planned it, 'cause I understand it. Look, I found the hot spots. Figures 1 and 9.
continuing on from back in NYC, Rail is reliving memories of his old life in this song. He describes his first sexual encounter, which turned out to be a disaster as he couldn't satisfy his sexual partner. Virgin! The way Rail regards this encounter is quite in line with his tough, masculine street kid facade, which is softened and eroded by the end of the album. Okay, so spoilers.
Touch and go with 1 to 6.
Yes, that will be a video. That will at 100% be a video. I've wanted to do that album for a long time. Yeah, the heavy moments of this album, they're easily the album's strong suit in my opinion, and the fact that it uses it so sparingly makes them feel so special. I beg your fucking pardon? It sounds like when someone, you know when someone like records a fart and then like samples it on a synth and then like changes it a little bit so that it sounds like a synth note and they're like playing a melody with like a different pitched fart. It's reminding me of that. Interesting.
Counting out time. Reaction, none too happy. Please don't sap me. I'm a red-blooded male, and the book said I could not fail. I'm counting out time. I got unexpected distress from my mistress. I get my money back from the bookstore right away. Erogenous songs, I question you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? Without you,
Best song on the album coming up. Carpet Crawlers is the song I've already heard. So, when is that one? Expecting it to slap. Well, I already know it's going to slap. Alright, counting out times. Someone said it's this is like the most commercial song on the album up to this point, and while I can definitely see that, this definitely feels like a single. I don't mind. Again, we get some of the heaviness being brought back into this track, and again, I love this album's heavier moments. I feel like that's its strong suit, and it using it so sparingly, again, makes it feel like such a treat anytime you get just these big blaring guitar tones, the chunky, very resonant toms, the super rattly bass as well. And on top of that, this song being just like a nice 3-minute and 40 very catchy piece about something a little more silly and lighthearted, talking about this guy having an awkward sexual experience, you know, the first time he ever did it. It's just something like to flesh it out a little bit in a way that isn't overtly as dark as everything else we've gotten up to this point. It's a nice little bit of levity in the mix here that I really appreciate. Feeling like an 8.7 on that one. It's nice to get something that's, you know, just a little bit tonally, a little bit of an uplift in the album up to this point after everything has been pretty serious outside of this. It's nice to get a little break in the action like that. Carpet Crawlers. I've heard this song, but I don't remember it.
The wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. Imaginary creatures are trapped in birth on celluloid.
Definitely.
The fleas cling to the golden people. They've more lifeblood than before.
My Wi-Fi went out again.
Time to a heavy wooden door where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the pore. The carpet crawlers, he dare call us. We gotta get in to get out.
I remember that bit. We gotta get in to get out. That stuck with me.
We gotta get in to get out.
Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it. There we go.
We gotta get in to get out.
Anyway, as I was saying, after this song I'm probably going to have to go for about 10 minutes.
In the faces that I see,
I don't know, just like play one of my fucking videos in the background or something.
where the chambers sit.
Because I don't want to play the playlist in case the stream gets taken down while I'm gone.
Sunlight that takes root in every tree. They are pulled up by the magnet, leaving their free. The carpet crawlers, he dare call us. We gotta get in to get out.
But yeah, TV. No, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it for myself because I'm gonna have the stream up on my phone while I'm gone. Don't want to spoil it for myself. I want to watch the thing in full later so that I can just get full context and like watch it front to back.
Mild man and Superman are held in kryptonite.
And I don't want to freeboot this content.
Foolish virgins giggle with their bodies glued
Okay, it's different doing one of my friends' streams and like
to the door of
just playing someone's like
It's lit
full video unedited.
light. It's the bottom of a staircase, but spirals out of sight. The carpet crawlers keep their callers. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out.
God, that does sound hype as fuck.
We gotta get in to get out. The porcelain mannequin with shattered skin fears attack, and the eager back lift up their pictures. They carry all they lack. The liquid has congealed, which has seeped out through the crack, and the tickler takes his stickle back. The carpet crawlers heed their callers. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We got to get in to get out. To get in to get out. Got to get in to get out. To get in to get out. Got to get in to get out.
Oh, it seems to be okay. Looking at the genius here. It seems to be about the cycle of childbirth. And like drawing a parallel between that and like adult life. Talking about like the carpet crawlers, you know. Apparently, it seems like a clever play on the term rugrat, a carpet crawler. Yeah, it seems to me, based on like a little bit of the context I got from Genius and just looking through the lyrics, it seems to be drawing a parallel between babies just like mindlessly crawling across a carpet with no real end goal in sight, just going, and like people in adult life mindlessly marching through life without any real sense of finality or end goal in sight. It feels like it's trying to draw a parallel between the two. And that being blended with what is easily the softest, most serene instrumental we've gotten up to this point is fucking beautiful. Absolutely fantastic storytelling, sonic storytelling being added on top of the lyrics here. This is easily the best written the album has gotten up to this point as well. Strongest song for me so far. I don't know what score I originally gave it, but now that would be like a high 9, like a 9.7, 9.8. That song is fucking incredible. Seriously. Yeah, album contexts, album context adds a whole bunch to that. Seriously. Alright, I need to go for like 10 minutes. I apologize for causing a bit of a break in the album here. But I gotta go. I'll be like 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see, what video do I play while I'm gone? The Vivaldi one? No, we're not gonna play the Vivaldi one. Show the Brad Taste one? I'm not playing my Brad Taste video. Oh, you mean ARTV? No, we're not gonna play ARTV's content unedited here. There's a difference between me playing one of my friends' streams while I'm on break and playing like an actual like full-on YouTuber's work, like unedited while I'm on break. That's different things. Yo, we'll play the Yes reaction. How about that? It makes sense. It's like related. It's another prog album. We'll play the Yes video while I'm gone. I'm gonna be gone for like 10 minutes. Gotta quickly go get something done. But yeah, when I am back, we will be continuing with the album. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to sort out this screen as well. One sec. Epic. I'm expecting it to be grand. I'm expecting it to be an experience of an album, despite it only being 3 songs. Let's get straight into this. Track 1, Close to the Edge. Wow. Real words of wisdom right here. Can't wait for him to say this on the album. Starting off with nature sounds. Took long enough. You know, today is just a day of me experiencing Peak for the first time. I had to house sit for someone earlier today. And while I was there, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time. It's pretty good. It's my least favorite of the Tarantino films that I've seen. I prefer Inglourious Basterds and Django. Still pretty great. A bit better. Oh yeah, they got Bill Bruford on this album, who of course did drums for the King Crimson. Yeah, the beginning of this song just kind of feels like an amazing adjustment into the album, you know what I'm saying? The first 4 minutes feel like they're there to just set you in the right mood, establish a general tone for it, and then after you reach the 4-minute mark, this is sort of like you being let into the bulk of the track, you know what I'm saying? Man, that bass is disgusting, Jesus. Oh, John's voice, what's this guy's full name? I'm actually not familiar with his name. John Anderson. Surprisingly bright sounding. A lot of this early prog music tends to have a little bit of a darker sound, so it tends to feel a little more menacing as a means of getting its scope across. This feels so bright. and like so full of color.
Down at the edge, round by the corner. Close to the end, down by the river.
Like everything from the guitar tones to the keys, even the bass tones to a certain extent, and the vocals as well. It just feels like there's a certain sense of like childlike wonder to this song. And maybe it's because it goes through like so many different phases. Like this song has, what, 4 different phases that it goes through? And it keeps it, I don't know, gives it a certain sense of like adventure. Damn, atmospheric as well. We got like an entire like an ambience section in this song. I completely forgot about most of the shit in here. Alright, I'm gonna do what I think is probably gonna be my only pause for this song. We just reached the halfway point, now feels like a good time to pause. First half, I don't remember shit about this song, to be honest. I got sent it in on stream about a year ago, and I think I might have re-listened to it once since then. And that probably was like right after I got no pause. I need to pause, I need to at least give some commentary without just letting the song play all the way front to back. I need to provide good transformative content. Shit's amazing. Seriously. Like, out of all of like the formative like early prog stuff that I've heard, like this and King Crimson, I feel like this like stands out the most to me. There is just such a sense of like wonder and adventure to this that while I love again Court of the Crimson King, I don't feel like there was anything like it doesn't feel like there was anything like that in there. This just feels like it's so expansive and so massive while still having a certain sense of like almost pop appeal. It's very much not a pop song in any sense of the word, but a lot of these instrumentals just feel so catchy, like they're designed to get stuck in your head, but they're just put into a prog setting. And I fucking love that. It's able to combine so many different styles and so many different ideas into one song, and through having it be 4 different phases, have it not feel inconsistent or like it's constantly stumbling over itself. That dedicates one section to one idea, another section into another idea. It has a clear through line, and the transitions are incredible. Not only that, the pacing of this shit's fantastic. We're 10 minutes into this song, and it's gone by like that. Seriously. I believe where I'm from, we call this the shit. Look at this, they even invented ambient music with this. This is incredible stuff, truly. Damn. I remember this bit. I remember this. Has this been sampled in something? Because I distinctly remember that. Sampled in a Danny Brown song? I don't think I've heard any of these songs that it's been sampled in. I guess this bit's just super memorable. Oh my god. This also has such a cinematic quality to it. Like particularly the recording of the instrumental here sort of gives it like an old movie type feel. Bill Bruford on top, okay? Bill Bruford is the goat. These drums are nuts. Oh my god, that bass tone. Okay, only other I need to talk about that. That is one of the best bass tones I've ever heard. That caught me so off guard. Are you hearing how good the bass sounds on this song? That is one of the most disgusting, grimiest, most aggressive bass sounds I have ever heard. That was incredible. Chris Squire did the bass on it? I know that name. I'm not familiar with the other stuff he's been in, but I know that name. Starting off the same way it began. Did I say starting off? Ending off the same way it began. Jesus. Oh, yeah, genuinely. I can't believe that song's 19 minutes, nearly. Yeah, ending off the way it started with the nature sounds is just so fucking amazing. I've heard that song before. But it's been like a year since I last listened to it. And I didn't remember anything about it besides the I get up, I get down bit. The song is, like, even more amazing than I remember it being. Oh, yeah. Did I give it a 10 when I first heard it? Because if not, no, I gave it a 10 when I first heard it. Good. What a fucking experience of a song. Jesus. Yeah, every section of that song is just constantly providing something so interesting, something so unique, something that feels so ahead of its time as well. This shit came out in the 70s. The 70s. And it like, this shit sounds timeless. From the guitar tones, the bass tones, the keys that are included in there. Bill Bruford's immaculate blending of rock drumming, a little bit of jazz in there, and of course the prog drumming as well. To, oh god, what's his name? Joe something? Oh, John Anderson's breathtaking vocal performance all throughout this song. John Anderson's voice is fucking nuts. It's like way more impactful than I remember it being. This song literally feels like, it's called Close to the Edge, it feels like being like stood at the edge of like a mountaintop and just looking out at like the vast expanse of what's around you. That is like the scale that this song feels like it reaches. And it's because of how many incredible ideas they have, and they know just where to place them, just which section to have them in, just how long to make that section. It all just flows seamlessly. There's such a clear, coherent through line to this, but it goes through so many changes. There's so much variety on this song. It doesn't feel like it gets stale at any 1 second, because as soon as you pick up on what's going on in one section of the track, you're already on to the next thing. It's nearly 19 minutes of just constant changes, constantly providing something new, and it doesn't feel like it's overstuffed. It feels like every single element is just as necessary as the other to make this as incredible as it is. And I can't pick a flaw in this song. This is a flawless song, like one of the best prog songs I have ever heard. This shit's amazing, okay? Sets a pretty high standard for the other two songs to reach, okay? And that's kind of weird. This song's nearly 19 minutes. That's half the album gone. This song, we're halfway through this album in terms of runtime. Okay, we've got a 10-minute song and a 9-minute song up next. I'm just saying, that one track makes up half this album's runtime, and it's, you know, half the album's perfect, essentially. I can't speak to the other two because I haven't heard them yet. But yeah, half this album is perfect, and if the other two can live up to that, then this is going to be a pretty amazing album. Next up, And You and I. After 5 seconds of silence, of course.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, starting off a song with just, okay. The Last of Us? That's such a cringe thing for me. I'm sorry. That was terrible. What's the guy's name that composed The Last of Us? Because this shit sounds like it definitely inspired him. Gustavo Santaolalla? Definitely sounds like he got some inspiration from the beginning of this song. That sounded literally exactly like something that would be in The Last of Us. Yes, invented video games. Exactly.
A man can see the moment's answers to the dream.
This apparently so. I've never heard this before, so I can't say what this song is. But yes, this is this song that is currently playing. I'm back. Apologies for taking so long. Apologies. Hang on a sec. Do that. And do that. Put the vid back on. No, we have an album to finish here. I've been keeping track of my scores on Album of the Year. That's terrible. 82, 85, 80, 77. '94, 88, 90, 80. '87, 97. Right, there we go. We continue. Next track, Chamber of the 32 Doors.
At the top of the stairs, there's hundreds of people running around to all the doors. They try to find themselves an audience. Their deductions need applause. The rich man stands in front of me, the poor man behind my back. They believe they can control the game, but the juggler holds another pack. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust.
Okay, looking at the Genius annotation for this,
I need
it's not helping.
someone to believe in.
So apparently he's like sided with the people who have captured everybody. He's like an undercover agent, I think.
I'd rather trust a countryman than a town man.
And he's learning about ways to escape.
You can judge by his eyes, take a look if
I
you
think.
can.
I am not very confident in my interpretation at all.
Survival trains hard. I'd rather trust a man who works with his hands. He looks at you once, you know he understands. Don't need any shield when you're out in the field. But down here, I'm so alone with my fear, with everything that I hear. And
Yeah,
every
I'm just using
single
Genius to kind of help point me in a direction.
that I've walked through
And chat.
brings me back
Oh shit.
here again. I've got to find my
God, the sense of grandeur on this song is so electric.
singing all the chants that they have ever heard, and they're all calling out my name. Even academics searching printed word. My father to the
Yeah, as I was saying,
left of me,
as you guys know, I kind of struggle when it comes to lyrics on songs a lot of the time. I can struggle to follow along with and interpret lyrics, you know. It's always been something I've wanted to try and get better at.
quite right.
And when an album is this confusing, I absolutely need help, you know?
And I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust.
ADHD? Probably. It's probably a mix of ADHD that I need to get diagnosed
Rather trust a man who doesn't
and
shout
autism that I need to get diagnosed.
There's no need to sell if you're homeward bound. If I choose a side, you won't take me for a ride. Back inside this chamber of
Oh, absolutely. I'm much better at it now than I was when I was younger. Yeah, I saw Zero. ARTV was here earlier.
Nowhere to hide. I'd give you all of my dreams if you'd help me find a door that doesn't lead me back again. Take me away.
Chamber of the 32 Doors is a song that I feel like as it went along I found it easier to follow along with. At the very beginning, like throughout like the first half of the track, it felt a little scattershot, it felt a little nondescript, but as it progressed and got to the end, I finally sort of started to be more confident in my interpretation of the track, of it being him stumbling across this room with a bunch of people that he is like pretending to side with, overhearing that there are 32 doors with an exit to this place in one of them, and you know, him kind of getting their attention and, you know, trying to pretend to side with them so that he can make his escape. I'm curious as to whether this album is taking place inside of his head. I get the feeling it is. A lot of what's going on feels very mental, feels very internalized. This feels like a lot of it is like kind of more of a mental prison that he's in, and maybe it's meant to be representative of him pretending to side with the dark thoughts so that he can have an in, or well, have an out, I guess, you know, kind of work his way into an escape here. So it could be literal. A lot of this could be very literal, and it could like actually be physically happening to him. But I don't know. A lot of it seems like it's meant to be being portrayed as like a mental thing. Yeah, maybe it all being a dream. Okay, I see. So that was the end of side 2. Okay, so side 1 was tracks 1 through 6. Side 2 was tracks 7 through 11. Now we're moving into side 3 next. I understand. Chat, you know how I just left to do something? Just been given another task by my mum that I need to do now. I like actually need to get it done like right now. I need to like fucking go quick. While I'm gone, I'll just fucking play the intro playlist while I'm gone. Jesus Christ. My mum loves to tell me to do things when I stream, and only when I stream. It's so fun. I have to clean the bathroom. I do not have to clean the bathroom. No, but it is something I need to get done now. And you know what? You can continue with the yes video while I'm gone. How about that? We'll continue the yes video while I'm fucking gone for the second time. Alright. Yeah, I apologize. I'll be right back. Yeah, I shouldn't be gone as long this time. I literally just need to get one thing done, but I need to get it done now. This apparently so. I've never heard this before, so I can't say what this song is. But yes, this is this song that is currently playing. electronics have aged wonderfully. The composition of this is flawless. Hear how good these drums sound as well. So punchy, they're so crisp. My options for timing you out are 30 minutes or an entire day. Like, what is it? 30 minutes or a whole day? I'll listen to the bonus tracks after I stop recording, yeah. I'll do them on stream, but I won't record them. Yeah, being able to accomplish something like this with the limitations that they had back then, is nuts. It's aged wonderfully. Like, it's not even just a case of this sounds good for the 70s. This just sounds good in general. I don't have to add that it sounds great for the 70s. It still sounds amazing by today's standards. Everything just has such a nice, crisp, natural sound. The electronics don't sound too dated. Oh, that, it's all mixed incredibly. Did this come out a year or two before Darkside? Darkside came out in 1975, didn't it? Let's see. Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, 73. Oh, it came out in 73. Yeah, this came out 1 year before Dark Side of the Moon. Damn. Yeah, I'm always amazed when stuff from like the 60s, 70s, with the limitations that they had in terms of recording, sounds this good. Is it socially acceptable for males to have underarm hair, or is it it's preference? I don't think anyone particularly cares. What was it? Oh, you're making me lose my train of thought with your dumbass comments, damn it, JC. What was I saying? Yeah, the fact that they're able to achieve this with so many technical limitations is nuts. They're able to make something that sounds this amazing 52 years later. It came out 52 years ago, and it sounds this good today. This sounds better than some of like the prog that's being released today, where a lot of modern stuff sort of has the issue of being overproduced. This is just, with the limitations they had, they're forced to get a more natural, crisp, and a lot more raw, and a lot more in the moment. And I think that serves this beautifully. And especially with a lot of the nature sounds that they've been incorporating into this album, having that sound makes it feel so much more like that as well. Like, it makes that context so much better. Yeah, this song, gorgeous. Such a good follow-up to the previous track. It doesn't feel as wide in scope or as grand as the previous song does, and it kind of doesn't need to. It kind of feels like a necessary calm down after the previous one, where the last one was so multi-phased, it was so large, sweeping, with its different sections and the multiple switch-ups that it had. This one still has switch-ups, but just not to the same extent. It's a lot more subtle in its changes, and it feels like more of a linear progression than the previous track, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is just like a masterclass in analog recording, in great mixing, in instrumental proficiency, in writing, in performances. I'm baffled. I'm genuinely baffled. This is like... It's difficult to even find like little nitpicks in this. With this song, I do feel like there are maybe a couple of instrumental moments that feel like they didn't quite impress me on the same scale as the previous track, where every single new thing that was brought in on the previous song, I was like fucking mind blown for like everything. This one, a lot of it felt like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it isn't like the most mind-blowing thing ever. And that's not a complaint or anything like that, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say like everything needs to be the most incredible mind-blowing thing ever. But that's like the only thing that I think holds this song back from being a 10. It was amazing for a different reason. I'm back. This one... fucking hell. Chat, do you want to know the reason? The reason my mum's at work right now. But she is, she's kind of mad at me. Okay. I wasn't able to do something yesterday, and she was not happy that I wasn't able to do it. And she knows I'm streaming. So she's getting me to do shit. I know I know how my mum works. It's her way of getting back at me. It is what it is. I just need to play along. No, she's texted. She's sending me very urgent texts. Okay. She's what? No, she's not. My mum is not watching. I know for a fact she's not watching. But no, she knows I'm streaming. So, what can I do yesterday? That I will not get into. Lily White Lilith.
The chamber was in confusion. All the voices shouting loud. I can only just hear a voice quite near saying, please help me through the crowd.
I didn't give Chamber of the 32 Doors a score. Chamber of the 32 Doors is a low 8.
And a pale skin. A moonlight shines. Lily White Lilith. She gonna take you through the tunnel of night. Lily White Lilith. She gonna lead you right. When I led her through the river,
It's not like it on my end.
angry noise began to grow. She said, let me feel the way the breezes blow, and I'll show you where to go. So I followed her into a big round cage. She said, they're coming for you now, don't be afraid. Then she sat me down on a cold stone throne, carved in jade. Lily White Lilith, she gonna take you through the tunnel of night. Lily White Lilith, she gonna lead you right. She leaves me in my darkness. I have to face.
Yeah, it seems to be that
my
way.
fear. And the darkness closes in on me. I can hear a whirring sound growing near. I can see the corner of a tunnel lit up by whatever's coming here. Two golden globes float into the room, and a blaze of white light fills the air.
I'm confused as to what the blaze of white light is at the end there. This song seems to be about him finally trying to make his escape, running into somebody who is kind of showing him, who he believes is showing him the way out of there. And then it ends saying that... Wait, what was the line? Let me go on, jeez. Yeah, a blaze of white light fills the air. Let me see. Okay, there's an annotation for the lines here. She leads Rael out of the chamber and into a dark hallway which one generally wouldn't see. He's being led into the waiting room to meet with his fears. First, he encounters the supernatural anesthetist? The supernatural anesthetist? I don't know what that is. Representing his fear of death. Secondly, he meets the Lamia, representing his fear of love. Finally, he encounters the colony of Slippermen, representing his fear of sex. I see. So he's kind of meant to face his fears as like a challenge to see if he can escape. I don't even know. I'm going to be honest. The story on this album is not fully registering with me. I'm still struggling to follow along with this shit and fully interpret everything that's happening. Yeah, that song on its own though is like it's another flat 8 for me. I feel like that song is still great. It works pretty well. I just wish it wasn't as confusing and maybe could have been a little bit longer. I feel like this track being one of the shorter ones, I don't know, it feels like that song could have used an extra minute or so to flesh itself out a little bit more and be a little bit more descriptive in what the point in the story we're at, and, you know, kind of giving us a bit more of a clear sense of what the waiting room, or well, the experience of getting to the waiting room is like. Well, the next track is The Waiting Room, but it's another instrumental, so... Very interesting annotation there, yeah. Yeah, saying it's the best jam they ever rehearsed, and they called it the Evil Jam. Switched off all the lights and just made noises. Which I guess, for a room about facing your fears, it being as fucking odd and as nondescript, as eerie as this, does actually make sense. Oh, does this remind you of Luigi's Mansion? Oh my god. Oh, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the link to the new stream. Head over there. We're going to be finishing the album over there. Yeah. YouTube copyright is what it is. Yeah, I'll see you guys over there in just a sec.